All right. Hello and welcome. Everybody say hello to Adam. I have him here on the show today to bring you a little bit of something special, and I'm pretty excited to have Adam on. So hello, Adam. How is it going today?
Hey, it's been a great day. It's been a great day. A very busy day. And it's going to be a real busy rest of the year, but it's been a fantastic day. Hey, everybody, listeners at the admin bar.
Absolutely. So I bet a lot of people don't know this, but actually Adam was probably like one of the first contacts I ever made in the world of WordPress. So I had found some generic theme that had had Beaver Builder baked into it, and I was having so much problems with it. And I'm just like Googling away trying to find all these answers. And I stumbled upon one of Adam's videos on how to get rid of like a credit in the footer or something, so that just led me down this rabbit hole of a million WP Crafter videos, and it has been nonstop. So you stay pretty busy with that. How are things been going with WP Crafter?
Well, I'm so glad you shared that. That's actually an interesting question to ask people. What was the first video they saw, and actually how they ended up finding WP Crafter and all the stuff that I'm doing. And I know that exact video.
Yeah.
And I know that exact theme. I know all of it.
I'm sure a lot of people have come in on that same video.
Yeah. Well, me and Kyle have actually been talking just for the audience, a little background. We've been personally talking as well. It's not just you saw a video, you left a comment. One of the things that I think has been key to my success and the growth of WP Crafter is just that I'm available. You could message me. I'm a very friendly guy, you know what I mean? And I don't remember what prompted you to message me probably like 2 years ago now, but you did, and we've just had a great friendship for the past 2 years. And so WP Crafter has been the platform has been such a huge blessing. And as you know, you don't know, probably when you saw that first video, I used to be insecure about WP Crafter, and I used to hide the subscriber number. It's a vanity number, okay? Sure. It's just a complete vanity number, and I hid it. And then I finally showed it like a year and a half ago. I was like, I'm just going to show it, and it's just quadrupled since then. It's been such a great ride to be able to make a difference in people's lives, because that's what drives me, is to make a difference in someone's life in some way. And that's why I do WP Crafter.
Yeah. And believe me, you're making a difference in a ton of people's lives. I know you're getting close to hitting 100,000. So we'll be celebrating that number pretty soon, huh?
Yes. I need to do something big for that. I need to get people lined up, giveaways, live stream, all of that. I need to really figure that out, because that's going to happen this February. And it's a humbling accomplishment. Because it's not easy. WordPress is a niche. It's just a niche of a niche. Even though it's a third of the internet, it's still really just a niche. So you might have some other YouTuber that just talks about drop shipping, and they got 250,000 subscribers, and I grind it out for what I've been able to accomplish. But yes, that's coming up in February, most likely, at the growth levels. I think today the channel has 83,000 subscribers, and it's growing by about, they show you rolling 28 numbers. So the rolling 28 days is about 4,600 people per 28 days. Wow. Hopefully that goes up, get there sooner.
Well, I have a feeling it is going to happen sooner, because you have some big things going on right now. So here recently, you've been showing us some sneak peeks of what you've been working on, and over the past few months, you've been dropping some hints and things like that. But by the time this video is airing and live, and you guys are watching it, there's something available, a product for you to buy from Adam and a team he's assembled together. So, we all know you as a tutorial person, but what made you want to launch a product?
Well, I always knew that I was going to launch a product at some point. Even 2 years ago when we first started talking, I knew the day would come. However, I've built a kind of a community around WP Crafter, and I don't want to jeopardize that. So I knew if I was going to do something, it needed to be big. It needed to be good, and it needed to be like one of those lifelong products that people are just so excited to use, and it also can make a difference in someone's life. So I always knew I was going to do a product, and about 2 years ago, you actually own it. Ultimate add-ons for Beaver Builder. You know, the might be the most popular add-on for Beaver Builder. So when that came out, I started talking to the founder of the company that built that. His name's Sujay. A lot of people know Sujay. Fast forward to today, you know, his products are on millions of websites. But for me and him, just like me and you, we just built a strong, solid friendship over the years. And so I knew about a year ago, he flew down from India. I live in Southern California. He lives in India, and he came down here to go to a conference, and we hung out for a day. And that conversation in 2017 started what is this product that is going to be launching in a few days. But of course, by the time the viewers watch this, it'll be out, CartFlows. And if you know from the Facebook group that I have and the YouTube channel I have, I kind of tease a lot, you know what I mean? And I've been teasing this product. I'm so excited about it and proud of it. But I've definitely been teasing this product for months. It's actually been fun. It's kind of mean, but you know, I like to get excited about something.
Yeah, for sure. You know? I think I got a little bit of insider information before the big announcement, but I kept it zipped up. I didn't say a word. So
you're good at keeping a secret. You're good at keeping a secret because you've definitely been one of those guys I trust and I bounce ideas off of. And it's kind of the same thing that happened with Sujay over the years. What's crazy, he's 15 years younger than me. I'm not a spring chicken. He's 15 years younger than me. But age doesn't really matter. If someone is great and smart and strategic, gives great advice, I will take advice from anybody.
Sure.
So over the years, he's given me some of the most fantastic advice for my channel and helped shape it. And he's taken my advice for some of his products. And that led into a friendship where I knew for a product, we had to have a team of the best developers, the best designers, the best of everything, so that the product could be the best and not be something that, you know, is here today and gone tomorrow, because I'm so against that.
Yeah. Well, enough teasing it. So you mentioned the name CartFlows. Tell me what is CartFlows?
And so when Sujay came down, we were having dinner. I figured perfect thing for someone from India is to take him to a steak and lobster dinner. He had actually never had lobster before.
Wow.
And so I was sitting there and I got him, made sure he had steak and lobster. And it was fun. We had a conversation and we shared a lot of our frustrations with e-commerce with WordPress. And it actually just doesn't make sense. E-commerce with WordPress. Your traditional e-commerce with WordPress is just the same old, same old. You put WooCommerce on, there's a lot of moving parts. You put a product in there, and then you have to have a shop page with a sidebar and filters, and your visitor goes there, and then they click on a product, and they have this layout that it's not really a layout that is encouraging the sale. It's very limited. You got your pictures, your price, and a little box for information. So then your buyer clicks on the add to cart button, and then they're still on the product page. Right. Then they got to find out how to get to the cart. Then they get to the cart, and then there's still these menu items, and there's coupon fields, which screams go to Google and find a coupon. There's all these distractions. There's no like, this is your guarantee. This is a frequently asked question, just in case you had it, so you can stay here and stay focused. And then they go to the checkout page, and there's questions like, what's your company name? You know, if it's like a digital product, what's your address? Like, what the heck do you need my address for? And the company name, there's roadblock after roadblock, friction after friction. And so that's one side of it. And the other side of it is e-commerce as a whole has just matured and become a lot more strategic. And there's lots of great strategies that are winning strategies that are working for a lot of people, but you just can't do it with WordPress. So the worst thing happens, you're a WordPress user or developer, you have this need to maybe have an order bump or a upsell or all that. You can't do it with WordPress. So you've got this amazing page builder that you can use blindfolded. And your WordPress, you can use it blindfolded, but then you're forced to go to get and use some software as a service that has a crummy page building experience, limited payment gateways, no integrations, or maybe not the integration that you need for your particular situation. So there's just all these problems. It was a shame. I said, Sujay, we have got to figure this out. We have got to come up with a solution for this, a winning solution though, not a piece of the puzzle. We need to solve the entire puzzle. And that's what CartFlows is. So CartFlows, the goal of CartFlows is to make e-commerce easy and more profitable for anyone that's using it, for our users.
Yeah, when you're talking about that, I was just thinking about how easy it is. You can spot a WooCommerce page instantly, no matter how many times you change the colors or fonts or whatever, you're looking at a WooCommerce page. And that's certainly limiting, especially, when Beaver Builder came out with Themer and Elementor being able to style some of the things you can throughout the entire website. When you started being able to at least style those pages a little bit more, that was a pretty big change, to what you could do with WooCommerce. But that was like going from a 1 to a 3. We're talking about going from the 3 to 100 now with CartFlows, it sounds like.
Yeah, so what we're essentially done is we've taken this concept of sales funnels. Now, the concept of sales funnels has been around for a very long time, but only in the last 2 or 3 years. You have a platform called ClickFunnels, which has, I think, 70,000 customers paying a minimum of $100 per month just to be able to create a sales funnel on their platform. It's become very popularized. And the reason it's become popularized is because it just works. When you can create this easy to navigate buyer journey for the people on your website, make additional offers for them, and just provide a more smooth experience, it's a winning formula. But it just hasn't been something that has made its way into WordPress. But WooCommerce has these barriers, but on the other side of the coin with WooCommerce, you have every integration under the sun. So it's really awesome. But for us, the reason why this product couldn't have come to WordPress sooner is we're really at a time where all the stars have aligned. And a perfect example of this is, what were you using to build websites 2 years ago? The tools were not mature. Beaver Builder was just coming out. There was no such thing as Elementor. Fast forward 2 years, we have the most powerful, easy to use page building tools to build amazing things. And we enjoy using them. We own them. We enjoy using them. They're a pleasure to use, yet you can't use it in an e-commerce scenario. We were able to solve this problem because of where technology is today.
Yeah, and so CartFlows works alongside WooCommerce. So you're still using a lot of the native back-end things of WooCommerce. So, obviously there's a million extensions for WooCommerce and so many integrations already done. So was that part of your strategy as to why you're not kind of reinventing the wheel on that and just using what people already have?
Yeah, see, because here's the thing. We considered every detail of CartFlows has had a ton of discussion and consideration, even the most minute detail of it. So obviously early on was WooCommerce. Do we try to build our own cart, or do we sit it on top of WooCommerce? And it's funny, I was talking about this in our the CartFlows Facebook group today, how WooCommerce has a perception with some people, including me prior to CartFlows, of being complicated, heavy, and some of these negative words we tend to use as website owners. But then I had to analyze why I felt that way. And I realized it wasn't because of the back end, because WooCommerce it's easy to install. It comes with PayPal and Stripe integration for free. It's not hard to do that. You do the same thing with any other tool. Adding a product is pretty easy. where the frustration with WooCommerce was for me as on a personal level was with the front end. I've got to worry about a shop page and sidebars and filters for people and how the product page looks and all of these moving parts. There's just too many moving parts on the front end. It wasn't a back end thing. So we decided, WooCommerce is battle tested. It has the largest market share of e-commerce. It's bigger than Shopify and all of these other tools. It's battle tested, it's supported, it's developed, and everything integrates with it. So a perfect example is I use Lifter LMS on my website to facilitate courses. Well, they integrate with WooCommerce. So CartFlows doesn't need to integrate with Lifter LMS because we meet together at that WooCommerce level. Same thing with LearnDash. Same thing with all of these things. For example, CRMs. We all now have these CRM platforms like ActiveCampaign or MailChimp or something like that. Well, they all already have official WooCommerce integrations that are so easy to set up. So it allows us to get further faster doing this with WooCommerce, through WooCommerce. But like I said, we don't really use the front end portion of it. We use it for the back end, for the fulfillment, creating products. We use it for shipping and all that. It's already there. We didn't have to build it, which is a big weakness with a lot of these hosted platforms like ClickFunnels, which I already mentioned. You get limited payment gateways. So if you're in India and you want to use Razorpay, well, you're not going to be able to use any SaaS platform because they just don't support it. There's a lot of countries in the EU that you have to use their local gateway, payment gateway. There's just not the flexibility to just use Stripe. Well, you can't do that with any of these hosted platforms, but you can do it with WooCommerce. So it just made sense.
Yeah, that's actually pretty genius because you do watch a lot of these people that come out with products or with, you see it a lot of times with like the things you buy on AppSumo, some of these SaaS things, and they, because they're kind of on the beginning level when they're there at AppSumo, and you get into these deals and then they spend the next year, 2 years doing nothing but building integrations for things. And it just must be all consuming to get all that done. So you're kind of ahead of the game on that because you're kind of piggybacking with WooCommerce with what's already there. So that's pretty smart, but you're right. I mean, I'm building an e-commerce site for a customer right now. It's actually a redesign of an existing site they have on Wix, and they have, I don't know, somewhere around 100 products or so. And the reason they came to me looking for a new site is because Wix is so limiting on their product stuff. So their customers aren't getting confirmation emails. They don't know, if something's actually being shipped to them or just nothing's happening. Now, maybe they don't have it all set up right. Maybe all that's possible, but I wasn't going to, try to tell them we can fix it. Let's just get a new one. But, one of the things I put in their proposal was, I can set up all these systems for the e-commerce stuff and put in a couple products for you and record you a little video on how to do it and then let you go and fill in all the products, or you can pay me to do it all. But it's so easy. And I'm pretty expensive to just sit there and, data entry all day. So that's exactly what I did. And these people aren't, I wouldn't consider them like super geeky or computer literate people, but it took them 1 or 2 questions after I sent them a video and boom, they've been entering products with no problem at all. So, WooCommerce can be kind of overwhelming when you first start using it. You do feel like it's kind of some big monster, but it's actually pretty simple to use. So, but like you said, it's the front end stuff that kind of holds you back. So with CartFlows, you talked about things like upsells, downsells, bump offers. So kind of explain what all of those things are and why they might be important and how those are kind of missing right now.
Yeah. So essentially, there's 2 ways. Let me back up. There's 2 ways to use CartFlows. Okay. So there's one, which is the main intention of it as a sales funnel in a sales funnel type of situation where there's a dedicated product page that's beautifully designed. By the way, we have templates for everything. I'll get to that in a moment. Beautifully designed. And then you could actually have the checkout right there if you wanted. You don't have to have it go to a checkout. So you have a beautiful landing page selling your product, all the benefits of it, no restrictions because it's done with your page builder that you already love using. Then you can have the cart there or go to the next page. And what CartFlows is doing is We're just inserting the checkout portion, which is the fields and the payment button, and the rest, everything around it is done with your page builder. So you have that full design control. So some of our templates we have at the top, we have a product image, some of the benefits, so people are reminded why they're buying this anyway. And then we'll have a right sidebar with some testimonials there. So every step of the way, someone's like really encouraged to continue, because the problem is there's shopping cart abandonment. That's when you get to the cart and you just bail. So all of these things are to reduce that. So with CartFlows, you can hide fields, which is a big problem with WooCommerce. It asks all these default questions and fields that you don't need for the type of what you're selling. So you can hide fields. You can add fields to ask more information if you like. And we also designed some field styles. So there's where the field label is above the field. Well, we have a style, you can do that, but we have a style where the field label's in the field and someone clicks on it and there's this really slick little animation of the field label going up to the top left. It's pretty nice. It's very modern. And then we have different column layouts and styles. So you can have everything be in one column or two columns or a two-step. And then what you can optionally do is add an order bump. And order bumps are when someone gets to your shopping cart, you can display an additional offer. Maybe it's something you normally sell and you discount for 30% or something like that. So you make this offer. I usually like to say it's either a complementary product or it might be a product that can help someone get the result a little quicker. Of whatever you're selling. So one click of the mouse and it will just add this order bump to the order right before they check out. And this order bumps tend to convert, depending on the offer. Obviously, you can have a weak offer, but they tend to convert from 10 to 30%. So there's one thing that you can do to increase the quantity of items purchased 10 to 30% of the time. That's a big deal.
That's huge.
Isn't that huge? I mean, like if you have a shop, here's this one little thing you can do differently that will put more money in the bank account of the business that you need. So that's an order bump. And then what we have is upsells. So what that means is after someone clicks on the payment button and puts their information in, clicks on the payment button, instead of just taking them to a thank you page, it will take them to this upsell page where you make another offer. A perfect example of this is, say you sell online courses. Maybe the upsell is a mastermind group or some live coaching calls or live webinar series. So it's something that can help them get the result faster. Now, typically on an upsell, you would charge more than what the original product cost. Another example for traditional e-commerce is, say someone's buying a bottle of some health pill. The upsell can be a larger quantity of that. So instead of them buying one, you offer them 5 bottles at a bigger discount, like buy 3, get 2 free or something like that. So you can increase the average transaction value for that customer. So then we have these upsells, and if you're using PayPal or Stripe, it's actually a one-click upsell. And what that means is your buyer doesn't have to fill everything out again. They just click one button, bam, it's automatically charged as a convenience. And that's an option if you want to do that. Now, your buyer might not want that, and they could say, oh, no, thanks, I don't want this upsell, which is fine. Then it takes them to an optional downsell if you want it. So instead of buying that coaching mastermind group that had 10 webinars, it's maybe the smaller version, it's 5 webinars. So it's about making additional offers. So you can have these upsells and these downsells, however many you want, and it doesn't end there. Then you take them to a thank you page, and that's where you can explain, okay, here's the next step with what you ordered. And by the way, here's our social media. If you would click on that, here, if you could share this and you could do that. So you're still there with the customer every step of the way, and you could have full control optimizing this entire process. But for some listeners, that might seem like, wow, that's a lot there. We actually have it. So what you do is you click add new flow. It's like sales funnel. We use the word flow. You click add new, and then bam, we've done it actually all for you. So we have the full, every single step professionally designed for different niches there, one mouse click, and you have it all set up for you.
Yeah, and if there's anybody out there that's skeptical on how much you can probably increase your sales just by making things easier, just take a look at a little place called Amazon. And when they, introduced one click and then boom, it's in your doorstep in 2 days. You know how much more stuff I buy on Amazon because it's so easy to just go on Amazon and buy something,
Yeah,
so
from your phone and literally one button because they have your payment information. I tell you, there was a time where you didn't really buy a whole lot from Amazon, and now everybody. I always know when they've like had market penetration when my mom's doing it.
right.
My mom's like, "Yeah, we got packages. She sends it here. They actually made that giving gifts easy, right?
Yeah.
You push a button, the saved address, send it to my son. And she's sending stuff to us all the time. It's yes, making things simple is always a win. It's always a win. And we use the phrase frictionless checkout. So we give people the opportunity to create a frictionless checkout that reinforces the purchase every single step of the way. Now, the best part of this is if you've used WordPress before, you're going to feel right at home in CartFlows. Like you look at it and it's so easy to use. It's immediately intuitive if you've ever used WordPress. Did you see the video I had released? It was like a little sneak preview. I bet if I gave you CartFlows right now, you'd know how to use it like already.
Yeah, I saw that video that you had posted. I saw maybe a couple of them by now, but yeah, I mean, it looked like you could immediately jump in, attach this to whatever store you have going and have some new things going right away. And when you talk about those, like making it more frictionless, there's so many little things, like you talked about getting rid of unnecessary fields. Like how annoying is that when I'm buying something that I'll never have interaction with this company again and they want my phone number, and it's a required field. I'm like, do I really want this that bad? Because now my phone's going to get blown up, so.
Exactly. You might as well ask for their tax ID number or something like that. Well, what are you asking me this for? I don't want to give that to you.
So you did mention in when you were talking about that, if you're selling courses and stuff like that. So I'm guessing you can use CartFlows to sell anything that you can sell with WooCommerce. So it's good for physical products, digital products, virtual products, all that kind of stuff works well.
And if you expand your mind, it's even great for free products. So one of the things in content marketing is you have a blog post or some bit of content, and you might have what's called a lead magnet that you give away. So it might be something of value that you put together, and you typically have for a lead magnet, maybe like an opt-in form or some kind of a pop-up form. Well, those people tune those out, this opt-in form and that. So instead with CartFlows, what you would want to do is instead of just having that opt-in form, take them to your checkout and let them check out. Of course, make the price 0. And then you know what you do? You have an order bumper, an upsell, and it could be a service or an additional product that can get them the result quicker.
That's really funny you said that. I actually have a lead magnet that I've been using where it's completely free to download, but during the funnel that I built out after they download it, it's like for a website audit, right? So I say you're going to get your website audit in 24 to 48 hours or whatever. But if you'd like, I'll actually get on a Zoom call with you and we'll go through it all together and make an action plan. And here's a discount for that. So I've kind of built that into the free thing I'm offering. Hey, you want a discount on actually getting together and working on this? And I've seen some results with it already. So I know that's one of the first things I'll be doing with CartFlows is getting that in there.
That's the perfect scenario. That right there. Here's how you're going to get the result that you're really after faster, and sending them to a checkout, because checkout is really a lead capture anyway, right? As soon as someone puts their name and email, that can go right into your CRM program. So you're capturing that. You're giving them an opportunity to purchase something. It has the feel of being worth more. WooCommerce already does digital delivery of any kind of a digital asset and protects it. That's already built in. And, something like that would be a great upsell, like after. You wouldn't even have to do it as a bump offer. You do that as an upsell after and say, hey, I'm so excited to do this for you. Oh, yeah, back up. With CartFlows, that feature of adding custom fields, that's an opportunity at the checkout as well for you to get a little bit of additional information from this person so that you can custom tailor things for them and know more information about them. So that's a perfect scenario. So I'm trying to show people that everyone needs a checkout. Everyone needs this. Even if you're like a charity and you're giving something away, well, why not just ask for a donation as an order bump? You know what I mean? Support us with this way. For me specifically, I've always had a free training course. Well, now you do the training course on the checkout, there's an order bump, is an irresistible offer. There's so many ways to use this that are kind of outside of the box, especially for agencies. Well, then there's the agency side, right? Having this for your customers, but even yourself for lead generation, it's just perfect for lead generation. It just makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. So you did mention some competitors kind of on the SaaS end. I think you said, what did you say they were? $100 a month?
Yeah, so the most well-known is ClickFunnels, and they've kind of paved the way. And they have a limited plan. It's $100 per month, and it's limited. So the plan you would really want with them is $299 per month. So these solutions are quite expensive, but the negative is, even with them, is you don't get to use your tools that you already know how to use. So if you did go there, you have to use their page builder, which will never compete with the page builders that we have in Beaver Builder, Divi, Elementor, the list goes on and on. Even the most basic free WordPress page builder crushes all of these other tools because they're just masterfully made. So that's one of them. The other one is ThriveCart, which is actually very popular. So that would run you $695, but it's a lifetime account. And but it's not the whole solution that CartFlows offers. It's just the little checkout portion. And with that, you have the same checkout. Obviously, you can change little pieces of text, but you don't really have variety, design control, and stuff like that. So you're not really in the driver's seat as much as you would be if you had full design control to make it a completely custom experience. You know, you mentioned you can spot a WooCommerce site a mile away. You can spot ThriveCart a mile away as well. You know.
Yeah. One thing I thought about a second ago while you're talking was when you're talking about creating these different flows and stuff. So is there going to be a way for people like me to build a flow, export that flow, and use it on another site or sell it to somebody else? Or
yeah, so actually that is one of the features that you can clone a flow. You can export a flow from your page builder. So if you're using Elementor, Beaver, Builder, Divi, they have that portability built in. But one of the features that we're going to have to build, it's already on our radar from months ago, is the ability to export a flow and give that away. Or if you're a design agency and you're building these for customers, to be able to build it and easily move it around, not just the page templates, but the little individual settings that you might have.
Right.
So that's something that we are going to have to build because it just makes sense, right? I know for me, I'm a big content creator. Well, I want to make a flow and to show people how to do it and say, oh, but here, just download it. You can import it, you know, and be off to the races. So we're going to definitely work on doing that.
So y'all have some long-term plans with this. This isn't going to be published this coming week, and then that's it. Y'all are going to be working on this for a while and improving it, huh?
We have a full team of developers, designers, and support staff. This isn't, two guys out of their garage. And not knocking those scenarios, but in those scenarios where one person's doing it all themselves, they can get a little burnt out. We're not doing that. This is longevity, and the reaction so far has been what I actually deep down thought it would be. You know, I thought that I'm very excited about this, but I'm kind of easily excitable. I've been very excited about this, but then now finally showing it to people and seeing their excitement, it's been pretty encouraging. But yes, we have a full team behind this. We have roadmap. We have feature after feature. And one of the benefits of this being built on top of WooCommerce and WordPress is we're able to be a lot more agile. So we have a lot of agility to be able to adjust quickly and add and introduce more features that it's just going to be hard to keep up with us.
Well, awesome. I will, however you're consuming this content, I will have links below it, around it, above it, next to it, flashing in front of it, for you to go check out how you can purchase CartFlows and get started with that. But we do have Black Friday coming up. So are y'all going to have any deals on this?
Of course.
Okay. That's what I like to hear.
So the product is officially available November 19th. And this is the Monday before Black Friday. And so we're gonna have a lifetime plan, but we're gonna have it a very limited time because it doesn't actually make sense to have a lifetime plan. It's more a plan for people that have been subscribed to me for a long time. Here, you're already paying attention to the content that I make here. This is available for you for a limited time. And there's some other reasons why we're doing it. So we have, is it? From a percentage perspective, I think it might be like 30% off or something like that. It's going to be a really good deal. And we're going to run it through Cyber Monday. We might keep the lifetime deal at a higher price throughout 2018, but then we're going to have to take that away and it'll just be an annual plan. But we're going to try to have the annual plan also available on Monday for people that might be what they want.
Well, there's one thing I can predict for sure is if you buy this product and need more information on it, I bet Adam is going to have so many videos on all the things you can do with this. You are not going to run out of different ways to use this. So I'm imagining there's already a YouTube channel getting filled up. Is that right?
Absolutely. But here we actually are going to go a little further than that. We have we want people to be successful using CartFlows. If someone has CartFlows and isn't successful, that's our failure. I see that as my failure. If you buy this and you don't get it moving and working and making a positive change in your life, I've failed. And so there's things that I want people to understand how to do and learn how to do that are outside of just CartFlows. So what we've done, and we're bundling with CartFlows when someone purchases it, is we're building a learning platform called SkillJet. And what SkillJet is, I know I'm probably going off on a tangent here, but it's actually very important. Because I actually believe the value when someone purchases CartFlows is more in SkillJet. CartFlows, of course, but SkillJet is really the game-changing. Well, they're both game-changing anyways. So the premise of SkillJet is we call the students jet setters, and they're going to be able to go there and learn from experts in their industry a skill in under 60 minutes. So not like this 1,000 module course that takes 15, 20 hours to get through. It's going to be 60 minutes to learn a skill. An example of that is a course that I'm putting in there, and it's not all WordPress related. So I'm putting a course in there, how to make videos on a budget, top quality videos on a budget. Why? I'm an expert at that. If you look at my 400 videos, 300 of them were done with equipment that cost $150, but the person watching it wouldn't have known that. So that's my skill contribution as an expert in that department. We have different experts coming in. We have an expert in Facebook advertising. So part of CartFlows is if it's a brand new website, brand new everything, you might need to get traffic through purchasing some Facebook ads. Well, how do you do that? We're going to show you how. An expert's going to show you how inside of SkillJet. And it goes beyond just WordPress and all these different areas that we're going to cover in SkillJet. And we're actually going to bundle access to that. People can purchase it separately. We'll have an annual membership for SkillJet if people don't want CartFlows. But the real value of CartFlows, the hidden value, is in SkillJet. We got to get you on there to teach something that you are just the expert at. There's so many things you're an expert at, though.
How to not set up professional videos. I can do the anti-Adam video. I can be the bad example you show at the beginning.
The before and then the after.
Right, exactly.
I was thinking for Christmas I should send you some kind of a backdrop that can change the backdrop for you.
Yeah, I need that. We're in temporary living mode, so I don't plan on being in this location for more than maybe 8 or 10 weeks. So hopefully all this scenery behind me will change. So, that's just one of those things you got to deal with.
Of course. And if you look at all of my initial videos, that I just like the beginning ones, I had a picture on the wall, but they were great videos, and they made maybe even that one that you found me for the first time, I just had some weird picture on the wall.
Yeah, I need to
the
go
color
back and
was
look.
all jacked up. So.
Oh, that's awesome. All right. Well, is there anything else you want to tell me before we wrap this up?
Yes, I do. I want to actually, and hopefully, people made it this far. Kyle's an amazing guy. You mailed me a Christmas card last year, 2017, and it came in the mail. My wife gets the mail, and she opened it up and she read it, and she said to me, "Honey, you really have to read this card." And I'm like, okay, what is it? I'm thinking bad things, right? My mind always goes to, what is it? Who wants what, right? And I read this card, and it was probably the most touching thing that I had read all year. And it made me feel like, okay, this is what I want. I want to make a difference in people's life, but I really appreciate you taking your time to send that and express that. We just really appreciated that. You're a great guy, and just to see how far you've come along, it's just, I'm a fan.
Well, thank you so much. I meant every word of it. You've helped me out a ton. I couldn't even go into all the things you've helped me do over the past couple of years, but I know for a fact myself and plenty of other people wouldn't have the business that they have without all the time you've taken to help us get there. So I very much appreciate it.
Well, I consider you a friend. You're the first person I'm going to visit when I hit Texas.
Yeah, come on. I just entertained Matt for a couple of days. We did nothing but eat
drink.
Meat. Yeah.
Oh, eat meat. I saw you on your Facebook. Some of those places, man, I want to go.
Yeah. So we'll hit them up. I told my wife, I said, that's the job I need. I just need people who, when they're coming to Texas, I just take them around to eat at all these good places. I'm good at that. So I got to incorporate that somehow. I'm sure I can make some kind of flow for that.
Exactly.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate it, Adam. And everybody check it out. Adam does have a dedicated Facebook group for CartFlows as well. So look that up and you can get in there, and there's already people asking tons of questions in there. So I'm sure that'd be a good place to go too. All right. Well, I appreciate your time, and we will catch you on the other side.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.